What's your angle? A little tough this morning. Sun is out. Clear skies. Obviously, the cellular tower and the internet doesn't want to perform well here in southwest Wisconsin. But going to be a beautiful day. High in the 60s today. And then 34 with possible patchy frost tonight. And then my wife and I are on vacation. Headed to Nevada for a few days in Laughlin. So looking forward to that. 95 degrees when we get out there, but I'll take it. I'll have a good time getting away with her. It'll be a lot of fun. Plan on seeing Wade Jennings. I'm looking forward to that concert, so that'll be a good one. Good luck to everybody that will be participating at the fairgrounds this weekend. Riley and the crew out there doing the big horsepower event out there. So if you're in the Richland Center area, plan on spending Saturday out at the fairgrounds and see some show and shine trucks and burnouts and all that kind of stuff. Drag racing, all of that happening at Richland County Fairgrounds. I want to thank another new sponsor for my mom's event, November 8th here at the Phoenix Center. Walmart supplied a $100 gift card, so that will be available. I believe it's going to be a gift certificate wall. So your number will get drawn, and first one gets first pick, and so on until they're gone. So that's what I believe is going to happen. Who knows? We'll see where it goes from there. T-shirts are in. If you want a t-shirt, message me. I've got limited quantities. If you're working the event, you automatically get one. I've got a new helper coming on board too, so that's good. Hopefully one or two more help there will be awesome. But yeah, so we're heading on vacation, leaving tomorrow morning, flying to Laughlin, Nevada. Never been there. Plan on going out by Arizona somewhere else too, so I could say I've been in that state, and we'll go from there. But yeah, looking forward to it. Anyway, thank you to everyone that has sponsored. I went through last night and printed off the silent auction certificates. You're not going to want to miss the event on November 8th. That is for darn sure. All bowlers, please make sure you get a hold of me with your team lineups, or you don't have to have your lineups. I just need names and averages. Make sure you get a hold of me when you get that all figured out, so I know you're locked in for sure. If you need a bowler, let me know. I'll put the message out. So again, what's your angle? What's your angle in life? Such as, you see a lot of these chat pages, or, like Richland Center has a couple of them. One's chats, one rants, one's more left, and the other one's more right. And I shouldn't even say more. Let's just say they are. And it should be more of, instead of rants and it should just be rants. There's really no chats per se. Because if you post anything, you always get the anonymous. See, this is where people cross the line for me. Is if you're going to sit at your keyboard under anonymous 6256 or whatever you're going to be, stay the hell off of it. Nobody wants your input because you're not man enough or woman enough to put your name on it. It'd be like going to a council meeting, sitting behind a wall, and then just bitch about how your life sucks or how people are stupid. Or, well, I don't want repercussions if somebody ever finds out it was me. Well, if you have that kind of job or you have that kind of fear, stay the hell off of it. I posted yesterday because it was funny. People said, well, what do you agree with Trump with? I said, I like to play golf. And I got an anonymous participant, whatever it is, 8026, whatever, says, Chris, you're also good at being an idiot. Oh, no, not that. Somebody called me an idiot. Uh-oh. Hurts my feelings. See, when it comes from an anonymous person, nobody gives two shits on what you say. And nobody cares about what you got going on because you're not stepping up. And if you're in an environment or you have a work environment where it's detrimental if you put your name to it, you probably should just keep your mouth shut or go about it in an appropriate way. See, an anonymous participant, it's not like you're like some secret insider for the law enforcement office, or, you're a paid person that's given intel. You're just sitting on your keyboard in your jockey underwear and socks saying, oh, this and that. It's completely stupid. Just stay off the page. And if you don't handle people's humor with it, I know what side you're on because you called me an idiot for being that way. See, and that's the only thing people have. If you watch arguments, I have noticed that one side of the aisle versus the other side of the aisle likes to just call names and go back to something happened 15 years ago versus current conditions. See, we don't want to bring stats or we don't want to bring any of that, because then your point goes away. You become mute. See, you have to look into the things such as, instead of saying, oh, what about the emails from it? We're not talking about shit that happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago. What is the current state? Is it what somebody promised? Is it getting better? Or is it not? And then, if it's not, at least tell me why. At least give me a reason to why things are not improving. Instead of just saying, well, you dumbasses, you can't, you didn't want to do anything about Hunter or whatever. I do believe there were some more drug problems with some of the people that are in the cabinet way back when, if we want to go that far back. Uses of heroin, whatever it may be. So there's always going to be able to have that argument because of where it is. We don't want to have an educated conversation. We hope that degrading somebody or calling names or getting violent to somebody will then scare them away and drop it and move forward, or distract them, and then the other points are forgotten. That's just how human nature works. Is if you'll notice it also with people that struggle as adults, they tend to go, well, I had a rough childhood. I had this, I had that. And it may be so that some of it was. But now that you're 50, 60, 70 years old, especially in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, you are old enough to go, it's my own damn fault. Yes, I know as a child I had a rough life and everything else, but now it is time to make it better. Or are you still going around bitching and complaining about how your life sucked way back then and how people were mean to you and things like that? See, I could live in that world all the time, but it doesn't help. It doesn't do any good. You just have to move forward and make your life better. So, yes, if you were an abused child, if you did all of that, I am extremely sorry. Somebody yesterday approached me on I was raised by a wooden spoon. Okay? Well, sorry you had to endure that kind of abuse. There was no abuse there. There was no abuse by my mom spanking our butt with a wooden spoon. Okay? We got the look. If you ignored the look, or you kept your behavior, The look went to the next step, which was the wooden spoon. Which, it was not abuse. She did not beat us. She smacked you on the butt with it or spanked you twice with it, whatever it may be. But she didn't hit you on the head or the face or the back or anywhere else. It was just a form of correction. Where we are now working on, I have seen a huge difference with people that try to do timeouts or indoor voices or whatever it may be versus our generation of kids that were raised by a good spanking will fix the problem. And it will. And it did. My kids were raised the same way. They were raised under, if it's serious, you're going to get your butt whooped. It wasn't like they got whooped all the time or smacked around or anything else. They got their butt spanked when it was severe and called for. So if you want to call that abuse or you want to say it's child neglect, whatever, feel free. The sun is shining very brightly today. But the lady that's up above overlooking me and watching me now was a great mother, was there for whenever you could be, but if you ignored that look, and everybody that was raised with the look knows what look, and then it went past that, yeah, it was one good lick, maybe two, and that straightened your attitude up. So, with that said, thank you for tuning into the Mop. But what is your angle? What is your angle when you try to talk, or are you trying to degrade somebody, trying to distract them from your not so educated posts, or are you educated and you're trying to go the other way and trying to have an actual debate or discussion? See, I think when we hear debate, we automatically hear fight, 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 fight. See, I think that's why when people say, well, city councils and county, all of these things, because people don't come there with an open mindset of we're going to listen. You're set in your ways already. And you are going to fight and call and rant and rave and yell all you want. And then you are going to look like an idiot when you're yelling and screaming and ranting and raving. If you can't stay calm and talk about it, it's probably not a good opportunity for you to try to make your point and win your point over. Just something to think about. If you come into your boss's office and you slam the door, which I have done a few times, you're probably not going to win the argument. And for the most part, I never did. However, if you can stay calm and you can talk about it, you have a lot better chance of winning that argument. And especially now with government and the way things are going, it is better to tone the rhetoric, try to come at it even-handed, level-headed, and try to clear things off the plate. But see, right now we're all dug in, and I say you're all because they're in charge of us because we vote them in. We are watching the sides that are not going to talk. One is blaming the other, and I'm sorry, but this is going to go back to what President Trump said way back, is that if it's a government shutdown, it falls on the president because of bad leadership. That was out of his own words. And so I'm not mixing words. I'm not doing anything else. That's just how it is because that's what he said. So we'll go off of what he said. So take the time. Look at what is your motive and your angle with the next thing you want to talk about. If you want to talk to your boss and you want to have a raise or whatever it means, you probably should have more to say than, I want more money. Because the next probably question is going to be is, what have you done to get more money? Or to earn more money? Or, I want to sit down and talk about this. Well, what have you done that we should talk about it? Have you been a notorious person that flies off the handle, yells, rants, screams, rants, and raves, they're probably not going to want to sit down and talk to you much. So, with that said, thank you for tuning into the Moose Minute Project. I'll be back tomorrow. Well, no, I won't. Tomorrow afternoon, maybe, from Laughlin. Maybe you'll hear the mop from Laughlin, Nevada. We'll see. We fly out early tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. But everybody have a great weekend, and have a great week here on out. I'll try to stay on top of things here and just maybe come live from Laughlin, Nevada. We'll see how it goes. But thank you for tuning into the mop. November 8th is going to be coming on shortly. So get everything lined up for that as well, and we'll have a great day. But you guys have a great day today. And as always, take time to bless somebody today.